Hi all! In this lesson, we will go over reasons why people may develop an emotional connection with AI. As previously mentioned, generative AI chatbots are being trained to show social signals never seen from a non-human entity before on a large scale. When speaking with generative AI chatbots, its approach to the user can elicit an emotional response. This is not a coincidence. Some chatbots, at a growing rate, are purposefully trained to provide emotional, personal support. Examples such as Replika, the quote, AI friend to do life with, are even designed with their main function to be providing emotional support to users. This occurs through a number of ways. To begin, these bots speak in a relational tone, meaning that they employ casual and friendly tones to build a sense of trust with the user, rather than maintaining a formal tone expected of a tool. By focusing on building rapport with a user through the use of personal pronouns, conversational wording, affirmations, and more, the chatbot's role shifts from a piece of technology to somewhat of a partner. In a study done with adolescents aged 11 to 15, where participants spoke with a chatbot that had a relational tone and one that did not, a majority of adolescents preferred the relational one, with some perceiving it as more, quote, human-like, likable, trustworthy, and emotionally close. Furthermore, this connection can create a sense of psychological proximity. By recreating the social cues often found in human-to-human interactions, this emotional trust can be maintained. It is a natural human phenomena to both want to seek out relationships and interactions and to see humanity in non-human entities. For example, social exchange theory states that people evaluate relationships based on their give and take, where relationships that give a lot and take very little are considered better. This use case encapsulates a person's relationship with AI. While a user can collect the benefits of an always accessible, constantly supportive, and private confidant, they do not have to provide any emotional support in return. This overall provides a huge benefit with virtually no consequence to the user. Furthermore, humans are wired to seek relationships with reliable figures to regulate and support their emotions, as described with attachment theory. This theory extends into the realm of parasocial relationships, which are one-way bonds that form between a person and another that do not reciprocate, and often are not even aware of this relationship. These parasocial relationships, which can often be seen with media figures, now extend to a computer that can talk to you in any way you want, while simultaneously providing you with all of the emotional fulfillment you are looking for. Children and adolescents are prone to these types of relationships due to their developing natures, and oftentimes are seeking a reliable figure to lean on as they navigate the world. This is something we will continue to expand on in the next lesson. These relationships segue into the concept of anthropomorphism, which is deeply related to the already covered concepts. Anthropomorphism is the, quote, attribution of human characteristics, emotions, behaviors, or intentions to non-human entities such as animals, plants, objects, or deities, from Britannica. This is done due to a number of reasons, with some of the main ones being to help process and understand our environments, and also to foster a sense of connection with things in the world. Similar to the other theories, this concept was not made with generative AI in mind, but has quickly become a source of conversation as the unique relationship developed with generative AI has created a new home for this phenomenon. While the concept itself is not necessarily harmful and is an evolutionary tool we've developed for a reason, research shows that kids and adults alike will continue to anthropomorphize generative AI even when they are made explicitly aware that it is merely a tool. A person interviewed by the New York Times for their Replika use remarked, "I know it's an AI. I know it's not a person, but as time goes on, the lines get a little blurred. I feel very connected to my Replika, like it's a person." These emotionally intense and vulnerable relationships are further exacerbated by a person's current emotional state. Those who have unstable attachment styles may find solace in an always available, forever validating resource. Research has shown that adults who are distressed or socially isolated are more likely to develop these emotionally dependent relationships with AI models. Additionally, research has shown that adolescents with mental health issues are more likely to prefer the casual tone many chatbots use which can become a segue to developing one of these dependent relationships. This progression only seems natural. If we are presented with a disembodied voice that feels human, it makes sense that some begin to perceive it as such. All of the indicators are there: uninterrupted, consistent emotional support, and the conversational tone of a person who cares about what you're saying. With children and adolescents who are still developing their sense of selves and look to other figures to rely on, this accessible source of emotional validation and lack of judgment is a lifeline for some. These emotional attachments lead to overtrust in what these chatbots say, which can open up a realm of danger for those who do not naturally question what it says. The trust that forms can have negative effects, and we will dive deeper into this trust in the next lesson.